What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with another new look rebuild as we continue on with all 30 teams, and today we have ourselves the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Kings initially entered this offseason with a little bit of cap space, especially after they traded Rashawn Holmes on draft night, so I was expecting them to maybe go big fish hunting, but instead they just kind of did some small things, re-signed Barnes, some other things here and there. So let's just go ahead, jump in, and do this new look Sacramento Kings rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. YouTube tells me that 60% of the people that watch these videos are not subs. So if you do want to get out of that 60%, want to help me on my goal of trying to reach 40,000 subs before this year is over, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But let's talk about what the Kings have done. First thing was, of course, they extended Domantas Sabonis, making him a huge part of their future. As I said kind of in the intro, they also brought back Harrison Barnes, which I was quite surprised by. I thought for sure the Kings would be moving on from Harrison Barnes. They also traded for Chris Duarte. They drafted Colby Jones. As I said, they traded Rashawn Holmes away to free up some cap space. Brought back Trey Lyles. The team is relatively the same. They've done, like I said, small things here and there. So this is what our team is currently looking like. The same starting five, and there's just a few new additions. So Fox, Herter, Barnes, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis, Blake Monk, Davion Mitchell, Trey Lyles, Chris Duarte, and Nerlens Noel is our starting five and our bench unit going into this first season. Let's take a look at our proficiency, and we're just going to see how this goes. So balance with a 3.5 system. I can't imagine going up to a 4-star. Of course, Mike Brown has established a culture in Sacramento. They're now lighting the beam, as they say. We're going to go ahead and boost up some shot tendencies here as well. I want Fox to be an absolute stud. He actually had a really good year this last year, as we know. And then Keegan Murray, I'll leave that at 84. That's totally fine. And then I want Malik Monk to be a really good 6-man, so I'm going to push him up to like an 81. So we'll do something like that. I have a bad feeling, though, that this team is going to be heavily disrespected in the simulation, and we're going to be like one of the worst teams in the league, because I've seen in the past where Mike Brown just gets fired after year one because the team is so bad. So we'll just kind of feel it out. We'll see how it goes. I'm not expecting a whole lot here. If I feel like I have to stop at the trade deadline and make a move, I will. Not really sure what I'm going to go for. Usually when I've done Kings rebuilds in the past, they need a wing, right? So I always go to the Toronto Raptors to try to get Siakam or OG. Today, I'm not going to do that. We're going to steer away from Toronto. Masai Ujiri can go kick rocks. We're not talking to him today. So let's go ahead. Something like this first season. Let's just see how it goes. Hopefully there's no reason to stop the deadline, but we're doing really bad, and we should expect the Kings to maybe be a play-in/playoff team again this year. In real life, if we're doing bad in the simulation, I feel like I got to step in and make changes immediately. We'll just see what happens. So we're at the trade deadline as we're 24-32 on the season. And there was a guy that I wanted the Kings to sign this offseason, and they didn't go that route, but we're going to try to revisit that idea here. So as I already told you, in the past with Sacramento Kings rebuilds, I've always talked to Toronto about like OG or Siakam. Today, we're not going to do that. So I was kind of taking a look at some wings around the league that we could bring in to replace Harrison Barnes, because that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, we need to go away from Harrison Barnes. And the guy that I wanted them to sign initially in free agency, he ended up re-signing with his own team, which quite surprised me. And that was Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is someone I don't ever get. He's someone I very often do not try to trade for, but I feel like since the Wizards are selling, Kuzma could be a pretty nice addition for a team that's trying to compete. So I'm going to try to go ahead and get Kyle Kuzma on the Kings. Now, is it going to make a big difference in 2K? I'm not sure. I feel like in real life, he would make an impact. 19 points per game, be a really good wing player to kind of solidify some more scoring on this team, play a little bit of defense, I guess. So Kyle Kuzma, let's go ahead and try to acquire him here. So, of course, I'm going to include Harrison Barnes' contracts. I don't want to have to keep him. And then what else do I want to try to trade them is the other question. So if I traded like Colby Jones, that's not going to get it done. So Colby Jones, well, it might. We might just have to match salary in a weird way. So they got like Anthony Gill. So yeah, we're going to need a little bit more money than just Colby Jones, $3 million. So we have like Trey Lyles. Yeah, we don't really have any young players other than Davion Mitchell. 10 points per game. I'm going to try to keep Davion Mitchell. Usually Kings rebuilds, I always find a way to like move him for something else. But I'm going to try to keep him today. Maybe we include, maybe we include like Nerlens Noel and just trade a couple draft picks or something. I don't know. We don't have our own pick in 2024 because it's lottery protected, I believe. So let's say we traded our 2028 Kings pick for Kuzma. I don't know if they're going to accept this. They do not. I'm going to try to trade maybe a couple seconds. We call it a day. 3 seconds. Does it get it done? It does not. Maybe we do have to include Davion Mitchell. I'm not going to feel proud of this. But man, I want to make a move here. Or include like Chris Duarte, maybe. Maybe Chris Duarte gets the deal done. Not that I really want to move him here. I mean, I'm going to try to keep Duarte out of this. Let's say it's Trey Lyles instead. Harrison Barnes, Trey Lyles for Kyle Kuzma. And I believe, like the Wizards, probably want one pick if they're moving from Kuzma. They don't agree to it just yet. I'll trade a second and another second, and they agree. So just like that, we find a way to keep Chris Duarte and Davion Mitchell out of the trade. We improve our wing position with Kyle Kuzma, which is the game, which was the goal. So we kind of accomplished everything we wanted here. So De'Aaron Fox, Kuzma joins the team. Keegan Murray, Sabonis, Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, known as well. We're just going to go to a 9-man rotation now. There's no reason to play, obviously, known as well and Alex Lynn. So I feel good about that new addition. We didn't have to trade Mitchell or Chris Duarte. We were able to keep them both, and we finally got Kuzma on the team. And I wanted the Kings to go try to sign him in free agency anyway. But now he's here. And of course, he once upon a time was traded here as well. So it's just full circle. Hopefully, Kuzma makes a difference. We're 24-32 on the season right now. I'm kind of hoping he could help us make a play-in run here. I would like to be better than the play-in team, but with the circumstances we're at right now, being a play-in team doesn't sound too bad. At the end of year one, Jokic is your MVP, Vic is your Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul is your sixth man, Giannis Defensive Player, Daniel Gafford Most Improved, and Willie Green is your Coach of the Year. You have Luka, Harden, Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic. You have John Morant, LaMelo, Tatum, Randall, and Embiid. And here's your All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. I was about to say we were fighting for the play-in at the end of the season, and we did get in, which is really cool to see that we actually made a fight towards the play-in after starting off the season kind of rough. So 20 points from Fox. You had 18.5 from Sabonis. Kyle Kuzma finished with 17. Keegan Murray with 17. But I feel good about having Kuzma and Keegan Murray as my new wings on this team. Blake Monk is a 6-man, averaging 15.5 points per game. And then, of course, Sabonis and Fox is the new duo in town in Sacramento. So I feel pretty good about what we have. Are we a contender? Probably not, right? Probably not. But let's see if we get past the Suns, and we are going to lose in the play-in. So we go back to not making the playoffs, which is, the typical, usual Sacramento Kings way. They kind of broke that curse last year, and it would really suck to see them go back to what they were. The Cavs beat the Grizzlies in 5. And you're going to have Chris Paul retiring a Warrior, Haslam retiring, and we'll move on from that. So, draft lottery time. I believe our pick belongs to the Hawks, but it is lottery protected if I'm not mistaken. So, we are going to have the 14th overall picks. We get to add another rookie scale contract here, as the Knicks have 3 back-to-back draft picks with 16, 17, and 18, which is pretty insane. And the Raptors get the number 1 overall pick. So, shout out to Toronto. But staff signing, we got Mike Brown. We're going to leave that all the same. All we need to do is grab 1 perimeter defensive coach, which is great. I'll default the rest of this. Let's go to draft night. So on draft night, we are going to go ahead and use this pick. I don't think I'm going to make a trade with it. Although, maybe there is a really good trade we can make. Is there anyone under contract that I can even trade right now, though? I don't think there is. But we might have, with some guys coming off the books. I mean, would we have salary to trade with the 14th overall pick? Like Paul Reed, we could bring in. Barnes, we could bring back in. So it looks like we do have a little bit of money to bring someone in. I mean, I'm trying to win right away. So there was a guy that just won Most Improved Player with Daniel Gafford, or we could also bring in Mitchell Robinson with the 14th overall pick. But it's probably best we just go ahead, bring in a rookie guy, and we call it a day. So let's go to 14. If there's no good player here, let's see. We'll think about maybe trading this pick. So let's just see what our options are. I'm not really sure by looking at it that way. So we have DJ Wagner still on the board. Wow, that's insane. Unfortunately, I just don't think I would be doing him right if I drafted him, because we have Mitchell that I decided to keep, and I guess that would make Davion Mitchell more expendable, and we could develop DJ Wagner behind Fox. I guess that's an idea if we wanted to go that route, although Davion Mitchell develops really well too, but we wouldn't have to worry about re-signing Davion Mitchell. So you know what, since DJ Wagner fell this far, this doesn't feel like a great pick, but we know what DJ Wagner can bring to the table. He'll be our brand new backup point guard, which I guess is going to make Davion Mitchell more expendable. So it sucks to do that to Davion Mitchell, but we got our brand new point guard with DJ Wagner at 14. We got to take the best player available at that point. So player options, Colby Jones, I'm going to accept. Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, we're going to accept all those. Qualifying offers, Kessler Edwards and Frankie Collins, and then we're heading into free agency. I don't know if we have cap space. Pretty sure we don't. Jaylen Brown, I forgot to fix his contract again. I did it earlier and I forgot to save it. Wow, that sucks. Okay, as far as backup fives you can bring in, there's actually some decent options here, but I just kind of mentioned at the idea earlier. I want Gafford. I want Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford would be like the perfect backup 5 to have to back up Sabonis, in my personal opinion. So we're going to talk to the Wizards again, and this time it's going to be about Daniel Gafford. Now, Davion Mitchell for Daniel Gafford. It doesn't sound great in hindsight, but I think in the long run, I'm going to try to squeeze more out of them as well. Man, we're going to be giving up way too much though. How far off from this trade would be? So 2 million. I'm going to wait for it. I'm not going to go for it right away. We'll go later in the offseason to make this trade. Because that will probably accept it right away. But I do want Malik Monk back. That's 100% something I do want back. He was phenomenal for this team as a 6-man. So we're going to keep him around as a 6-man candidate for this team. I don't want to necessarily renounce Kessler Edwards, so we're going to keep him as well. Malik Monk is back. That's taken care of. And let's see what else we can do. So, Fox, Davion Mitchell, DJ Wagner. We have Kevin Huerter, Malik Monk, of course, Chris Duarte. We have Kyle Kuzma, Keegan Murray, and then Domantas Sabonis. So we already know we might be going for Gafford. I'll move Chris Duarte to the 3. He's up to an 80 overall. So we have our backup 3 with him, which is great. And then we have our backup 2 with Malik Monk. So we basically need a backup 4 if we really want to go for anybody, because we might be trading for a backup 5. So I see like Kenrich Williams out here. I see Derek Jones, Royce O'Neal. We have Carmelo, who's not even supposed to be here. But we're going to go ahead and I think go for Kenrich Williams. So I'm going to give Kenrich Williams a deal. He's a nice backup 4. Just as some depth, we'll go for that. And then I am going to go ahead and sign a backup 5 still, just to be on the safe side. So bringing Noel, who played for us last year, but he's not who I'm banking on to be the guy for us. And then Kessler Edwards, I don't know if it's going to let me resign him. I'm going to resign him. So I want to be able to bring him back. That way we can throw him in the trade for Gafford. That's what we're doing with Kessler Edwards. So bringing Kessler Edwards back, we're going to player progression. And we got Davion Mitchell up to an 80. Chris Duarte up to a 79. Keegan Murray is up. And then obviously you got like Colby Jones, Kessler Edwards, and Frankie Collins, who's not even supposed to be on the team technically. He's just a filler player. But let's talk about let's go talk to the Wizards now. So talking to the Wizards again about Gafford. I want him to be my backup 5 going into this year. So I said I signed Mr. Kessler Edwards for this exact trade. So I hate to just trade Davion Mitchell. We're still off, I guess. My bad. Let's say we threw in I mean, maybe we have to wait till the deadline to do this. We're going to wait till the deadline to do it. I think that's what we're going to do, because I don't want to trade that much for Gafford. Like, I already feel bad about trading Mitchell. I'm going to try to squeeze a first out of them for Davion Mitchell if I can. We'll see if that is the case. But at the deadline, trust me when I tell you, we're going to be going for Gafford most likely, because Gafford is a backup 5, is an absolute beast in 2K, as we just saw. But proficiency, 3.5 balance, which is great to see. And then let's take a look at the rotation. So 9-man rotation. This is what we're looking like. Fox, Huerter, Kuzma, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, Chris Duarte, and Kenrich Williams. So that leaves Wagner out of the rotation for now. But of course, once we make the trade at the deadline for potentially Daniel Gafford, that may change some things. So we're going to go ahead, simulate this year. And I also want to look at shot tendencies for Kuzma. What is Kuzma's shot tendency? It's a 68. That feels kind of low, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to push that up to a 79. And then we're also going to have Mr. DJ Wagner go ahead. We'll have him mentored by De'Aaron Fox, who could be a better mentor than De'Aaron Fox. So Wagner will be mentored by De'Aaron Fox. We'll go limitless takeoff, pro touch, and then let's give him like volume shooter, I guess. Something like that. I'll see you guys at the deadline to probably trade for the guy I've been talking about and Daniel Gafford, but maybe we make that trade sooner than the deadline. So we actually started the season out 0-12, so we need to make a change immediately. I already told you I was trying to go for Gafford. We're trading Mitchell, Kenrich Williams, Kessler Edwards for Gafford, and we're also getting a 2026 Phoenix pick out of them. And they don't agree to that right away, which I'm quite surprised by. I think a couple seconds will get it done. They agree. We got our backup 5. So yeah, as you can see, we're literally 0-12 on the season. But I think with Gafford coming in, that should make a huge difference. So Sabonis, Malik Monk, Gafford, Chris Duarte, DJ Wagner as a rotation. So this is a rotation I'm locking in for this season. I would imagine our proficiency went up. It did not. I'm quite surprised by that. Are we a 4-star anywhere? We are not. So no 4-star proficiency. We got our new backup 5, 0-12 on the season. We need to turn around as soon as possible. So hopefully that addition just helped things out tremendously. I assume it does, because we didn't have a backup 5 playing the rotation, and rebounding is very important in 2K, as Kenny has proved in the past. At the end of year number 2, John Morant is your MVP. You got Buzelis winning Rookie of the Year. Scoot is your 6-man AD defensive player. Halliburton most improved on the Pacers, former Sacramento King. Quinn Snyder's your coach of the year, and Brandon Harrison is your executive, and that's it. So NBA first team. I can't imagine we have any Kings representatives here. I don't ever see Fox on any of these teams, which kind of sucks. But regardless, all rookies. I mean, DJ Wagner played for us, and he did make all rookie second team, which is great. And we finished up as a 6th seed. So after starting the season 0-12, we were able to finish the season like 42 and 40. So not too shabby. I would take that each and every day after starting 0-12. But I'm hoping for a better record next year, assuming we don't win a championship right here. So 22 from Fox, 17 from Mr. Sabonis, 16 from Keegan Murray, 14 from Malik Monk, 14 from Kuzma, 11 from Kevin Herter, and then you had 11 and 7 from Gafford. You had 8 from Chris Duarte, 6 from Wagner. And that was it. So here we go. We get the Thunder in round 1. I mean, when you play the Thunder, you really can't expect too much here. I can't imagine we get past the Thunder. I just have a feeling this team isn't going to be good enough, but I do like what we've thrown together. Just not really sure if it's anything like, it's just not ready. I don't know if it's there yet is the issue that we have. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. Game 1, we're down 1-0, 117 and 102, 20 from Kevin Herter. De'Aaron Fox was a no-show. I mean, he shot efficiently, but he didn't shoot enough. So game 2, we actually evened it up. 4 points there. We get it done. Fox this time, I imagine. Yeah, 38 points. I mean, we need you, Fox. And 32 from Kuzma. Game 3, 2-1, 120 to 110. Not too bad. 19 from Fox, 16 from Malik Monk, 15. So a consensus ever across the board. Do we go up 3-1? And we do. Okay, I'm quite surprised by the results so far. I mean, the Thunder don't have anyone too crazy, I guess. I mean, they still have like Giddey, of course, but it's not like they've added like an Ian Jackson yet or anything like that. So maybe that's why they're not too scary yet. But next year, trust me, they're going to get terrifying. So if we beat them here, we do not. 3-2, beat them in 6. Nope, going to game 7. So we're up 3-1, and now the ship has sailed. And I think 2K just, put our hopes up for no reason. And we're about to lose, but you never know. We have the lead right now, and we kind of are blowing them out in the second quarter. But do we hang on to the lead is the question, and we do. 152 to 116. Fox and Malik Monk with Keegan Murray and Gafford and Sabonis. We get it done, and we're moving on to the second round. And we get the Minnesota Timberwolves. So they got Collier, Edwards, McDaniels, Cat, Naz Reid, and Gobert. So they still have the 3 big men, Melton, Shake Milton. Not to be confused, it's Melton and Milton. You got Alexander Walker, Leonard Miller, and Wendell Moore. Pretty good team in Minnesota. I mean, we just took down the Thunder for crying out loud. So maybe we could take down the Timberwolves as well, but you never know. Game 1, down 1-0. Game 2, even it up. Similar to how it started last series. Game 3, 2-1. Do we go down 3-1? No. Game 5, big one. We're down 3-2. All right. Well, we can force another. Oh, I guess, the Thunder forced game 7 last time we won. But we could be the team that forces game 7 this time. But it's a close game. It looks like we might be able. No, unfortunately, we come up short. 114 to 110. But that just goes to show that it looks like things started trending in the right direction once we traded for Gafford. And we should only have a few guys developing from here. So we got the Grizzlies going on to beat the Pacers. And I think we're on the right track. Carmelo retires Timberwolf, which just looks wrong. But regardless, we'll just move on. Draft lottery time. Our pick is going to probably convey to the Hawks this offseason. So they get to keep our pick. Spurs get the Toronto's pick with number 1. So Toronto had back-to-back number 1 overall picks. But unfortunately, this time we went to the Spurs. And yeah, as I said, I don't think we have our pick, which kind of sucks. We have Suns pick next year, which could come in handy if we don't win a championship this next year. So we're going to fill out this coaching staff, and we are going to figure out where to go after this. I mean, don't think there'll be too many changes. I think for me, we feel pretty good about how last season went, especially after starting 0-12 and getting to the second round and maybe kind of making a push to the conference finals. So at this point, I'm just kind of hoping that development is just huge for us going into player progression. Keegan Murray, of course, we will be accepting that team option. And then qualifying offers, you got Kobe Jones, Duarte, Isaiah Wong. I'm going to go ahead and extend all the qualifying offers. Well, just Duarte and Kobe Jones, actually. So extend those qualifying offers. And then free agency, we have Chris Duarte. So we don't really have any important free agents, and we don't have crazy amount of cap space. We can bring in someone, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's not like we have a ton of cap space. So I'm just going to focus on bringing in Duarte and probably Kobe Jones back, and that will probably be my offseason. I told you it wasn't going to be that extravagant of offseason. If there was one thing that I would maybe do, it would be to upgrade my 2 spot next to De'Aaron Fox. That would be like the one thing I would do. Although I like Kevin Herter, and he's like the perfect fit in my mind next to Fox. I mean, you could always have an upgrade to an 82 overall. Like, I like Malik Monk, but if there was a shooting guard out there that made sense, that could be an upgrade over Herter, that would be my next train of thought. That would be like where I would go next with this. So I don't know if that exists. Maybe there's a trade with let's say like Mikal Bridges, for instance. Of course, he's always a guy I love to get, but he'd be like a perfect fit next to obviously De'Aaron Fox. Like, you're really couldn't go wrong there. So maybe we make that one last trade, push this team over the top. I think that would be the way to go about this. and we might go with it. I mean, if there's a trade to be made, we gotta try it, right? So that's probably where we're going next, is getting maybe a better upgrade at the 2 spot. That would be like my one change I would make to this team right now to further solidify our chances of being a contender. I actually have the perfect guy in mind. I just don't know if we're going to have the salary to match his contract. He's supposed to be traded in the Damian Lillard trade. That has not happened yet, and that is Mr. Tyler Hero. He's an 89 overall, 25 years old, and I'm not really sure what the Heat are going to be doing Tyler Hero if somehow the Dame trade doesn't happen, but I imagine it will. Where will Hero go in the 3-team trade that inevitably happens, or 4-team, whatever it is? I have no clue, but I want Tyler Hero as the upgrade for what I'm looking for. So Kevin Huerter is not going to get it done. We're going to need $8 more million in cap space. I think it's going to have to be Duarte. So let's say Kevin Huerter and Chris Duarte for Hero. That doesn't get it done. This Phoenix pick is worth 2 stars. So Huerter, Chris Duarte, and 2 firsts, or not 2 firsts, a 2-star pick for Hero. They don't agree to that. That's fair. I'm going to go 1 more pick for Hero. They don't agree, and I'll throw 2 seconds, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go another first. So if Hero can't be done, we'll move on to the next guy. So Tyler Hero, not going to happen. So looking around at the rest of the league for another good player, for another good shooting guard, I should say, in particular, did not really work out at this point. But if at the trade deadline an opportunity presents itself, I mean, we technically could move Wagner to the 2 and start him with Fox, but I don't really want to go that route. But Huerter, you are on thin ice, my friend. I am still going to try to move on from you potentially at the deadline if I can. If it's there, I'm not going to force anything, but if we're like just kind of in the middle tier of the, the conference playoff race, and we just want to make that big move. We have that Phoenix pick in our back pocket. Maybe Phoenix even sucks even more, and that pick becomes more valuable. Proficiency right now, it's 4-star proficiency now, and this is what we're looking at going into the season. So literally the same team. Wagner's up, and then obviously we brought in PJ Washington as a potential trade chip. Who's not gonna? I'm gonna actually give him 10 minutes. I'm gonna give him some minutes. So 10-minute rotation going into the season. Proficiency 4-star. If I do stop the trade deadline and trade Kevin Huerter away for an upgrade to 2, I will show you. But hey, maybe we're doing too good and we can't really change anything. But most likely, we will be trying to make a move at the deadline. So we're at the trade deadline at 29 and 27 on the season right now. I'm trying to make an upgrade at that 2-guard spot. And, I mean, we're going to go take a look again at maybe Tyler Hero on the Miami Heat. We can maybe try that again, although it was kind of hard to match the salary last time, so I'm not sure we'll be able to this time. They're buying. It doesn't say they're selling, so maybe they're still not willing to trade away Tyler Hero, but still going to try it because he's pretty damn good in 2K, as we know. So Huerter, we're gonna have to include $8 more million in this trade, so that's gonna have to include like PJ Washington and let's say it's Simone as well or something, and that Phoenix pick, which is up to a 3-star value, and they got a bunch of like minimums, so we should be able to take like maybe like a Deion Johnson back. We're $1 million off. Maybe we have to include someone else making more money, and yeah, so we're gonna be a little bit off. Simone only making $2 million, won't get it done, so I think this is gonna have to include Duarte. So yeah, it's Kevin Huerter, Washington, that Phoenix pick, Duarte, for Tyler Hero. So we are including 3 of our rotational pieces technically, but I think we can get away with it, and they do agree. We got Tyler Hero. So that's what I wanted to accomplish earlier, as we know, but I got him this time. So Fox, Hero, Kuzma, Murray, Sabonis, Wagner, Malik Monk, Daniel Gafford, and then Colby Jones is stepping up in the rotation this year. So Colby Jones, he is a 76 overall right now, but hey, if I move him to the 3, it's only 6'5", but he's up to a 78. So you know what? Colby Jones, you're stepping up in the world, and you are a brand new backup 3. So we made the move for Tyler Hero. This year's averaging 24 points per game on 47% shooting. So welcome to Sacktown, my friend. I need you to start going off fast. We're 29-27 on the season. I'm looking to make that championship run. So hopefully Hero can help us with that. At least 2K Hero could help us with that. At the end of the season, we finish up as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, and we're looking to make our championship run here after we brought in Tyler Hero, who's actually leading the way. He was, of course, averaging that on Miami Heat. 18 from Fox, 18 from Sabonis, 15 from King and Murray, 13 from Malik Monk, 13.5 from Kuzma, 13 from DJ Wagner. So all around, pretty solid, and now we draw the Lakers in round 1. So LeBron James is still in the league, so you don't really know. Facing the Lakers is not my ideal scenario, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. Someone occur around against the Lakers, and we are down 3-1. So not a great start to this run. Let's see if we can come back from 3-1 deficit and do what LeBron did to the Warriors, right? So let's see if we can do that to them, and we will be very happy, although this isn't the finals, and we are going to win this one. So we're not done yet. We could force a Game 7 if we win Game 6. This is in LA. Battle of the California teams that I forgot to mention, and it's not looking good. we might be going home here. And no, wow, we squeezed it out the very end. Game 7, we did not just do that just to lose. All the momentum should be in our hands right now. There's no way the Lakers should have let us win that game. We had no reason to win that game. We took it at the very end, and just like that, 3-1 deficit, we came back from it, and we're in the second round. And now we draw, I don't know who I'd rather play, probably the Warriors at this point, and it is the Warriors. So we get the battle of the other California teams, and you got Steph, Drew Holiday. Wow, Drew Holiday on the Warriors, kind of weird. Kuminga, Sarge is their starting center. Oh my, yo, Sabonis, you gotta eat, my friend. You gotta absolutely just eat. I don't know. Not feeling this Warriors team. If we lose to them, I'm gonna be very upset. I mean, they have Stephen Curry, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're better than us. Somebody current round, and we take care of them. We beat up them 4, and now in the Western Conference Finals. So just like that, we're playing the Memphis Grizzlies. They got Joe Val back on the team. How on earth did they get Jamal Murray in? What, did Jamal Murray sign for a freaking minimum on this team? Yeah, he did. Why does that always happen, but not to me? Like, I don't get it. Whatever. I have a bad feeling about that. Game 1, 1-0, beat them by 23, so not a bad start. Game 2, 2-0. Actually, maybe with Jamal Murray on their team, the chemistry is just kind of off, and we're in the finals, baby. Just like that, go ahead and light that beam. We're in the NBA Finals. We're playing the Kings, though. So the Sacramento Kings, or the Hawks, I should say. We're the Kings. We're playing the Hawks, so do we come up short against the Hawks? Most likely, but let's give it a try. Game 1. Yep, there it is, aren't we? Oh, wait a minute. 2-1, 3-1. Game 5. Okay. Why? I hate that it's always battling the Hawks. Like, the Hawks, they're just like the final boss, man. They really are. Let's see. And it's, yeah, okay. Game 6 in Sacktown. Let's go light the beam for this one and force a game 7, please. And it's not looking good for us. Unless we come back to the very end, so it's chalked. So we lose to the Hawks. Do I end off on a finals run or do I run it back? I don't know. That's a good question. I think we go one more time. So I will go ahead and run it back one more time. I hate losing to the Hawks. I mean, the team is relatively I mean, there's a few guys I'm gonna have to resign, don't be wrong, but I'll bring everybody back. I'll see you guys at the end of next season. You know, with the power of editing, you guys won't even go through the stress I'm about to have to go through. So as I said, we ran it back one more season, and one thing we have on our sides this year is Mr. DJ Wagner up to an 88 overall already. So he jumped up like 6 progression, which is absolutely insane. So I'm not too surprised that we were so good. We got the first seed in the simulation of this last season. So hopefully we don't just get bounced out by the Spurs here and end sad. So somebody come around against San Antonio, and it's not. Oh my god! I thought for sure we're going home in that one, but no, we took down. And no, we got Kevin Huerter on the Nuggets, but we did take down the Spurs. So I feel like we take down the Spurs, we're in good shape. We got Ben Simmons on the Nuggets. They got Harrington. They got Huerter, Porter, Gordon, and Jokic. Somebody come around and we beat them in 6 again, and now we get to play the Dallas Mavericks. So the final boss, of course, is Luka, and then Atlanta's not even in sight, which is great. So we don't even have to deal with Atlanta this time if we get past the Mavericks, who have added Ian Jackson. They have Johnny Davis, got Derek Lively up, Moses Moody. So pretty solid team in Dallas, but I'm just hoping we win. Somebody come around, and we beat them in 5. We're in the finals, and we draw the Magic. Now, do we beat the Magic? Drummond is their starting 5. I mean, pretty solid team, but I think we got the better team. Am I right or am I right? Simulating game 1, game 2, and game 3. Yeah, let's go, baby. Light that damn beam. We won a championship to end the video. Could have been last year, but of course, it's the freaking Hawks of all teams. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I felt pretty good about how that video went. DJ Wagner was someone I did not expect to draft in this video, but hey, he fell to my lap at 14. At that point, I think you take best player available. Him jumping up to an 88 overall, I think, was pivotal here. I will say, I feel bad about trading away Davion Mitchell, but is he even on the Wizards anymore? He is, and he only moved up to an 83. I mean, he might have developed on our team a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, but I'll take the 88 over an 83 any day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.